The midterms are over. We're going to be counting the votes until we're all long in the tooth, but the midterms are over. So Donald Trump seems to be running full steam ahead 2024, and he is going after his chief rival, Ron DeSantis, real hard. President Trump just gave an interview on News Nation where he explained why he is so offended that Ron DeSantis appears to be running for president.
Ron is a person, I've always had a decent relationship with him, but when I endorsed him, he was gone. He was not going to be able to even be a factor in the race. And as soon as I endorsed him, within moments, the race was over. I got him the nomination. He didn't get it, I got it, because the minute I made that endorsement, he got it. Then he ran, and he wasn't supposed to be able to win. I did 2 rallies. We had 52,000 people each one, and he won. And I thought that he could have been more gracious, but that's up to him.
I like that at the end. He says, I'm entirely responsible for Ron DeSantis' political career. Okay, the guy's nothing without me. And so listen, I thought he should be a little bit gracious. Okay, but hey, look, all right, I'm not saying anything here. And this answer from Trump is a very good answer to the chief anti-Trump attack right now, which is that in these midterm elections, the Trump picks in the primaries were total losers. Trump has terrible picks in the primaries. And Trump's answer to that is, hey guys, DeSantis was one of my primary picks. So if the argument is Trump's picks in the primaries are terrible and maybe Ron DeSantis's would be better, he says, oh yeah? Hey, guess who one of my most prominent primary picks was? Ron DeSantis. Thank you very much. So that's his argument here. Then he's taking to Truth Social. He's not taking to Twitter. He's not on Twitter anymore. But he's taking to Truth Social and he says, now that the election in Florida is over and everything went quite well, shouldn't it be said that in 2020, I got 1.1 million more votes in Florida than Ron D got this year, 5.7 million to 4.6 million? He goes, just asking. You say, it's not really comparable because presidential election years, more people show up to vote than in the midterm elections. But look, I don't think it's a great look for Trump. I think it makes it look like he is insecure about his ability to win the nomination. Ron DeSantis did not attack him first and is not attacking him back. If DeSantis were attacking Trump, then I think it would be probably all right for him. But the fact that DeSantis is not attacking him, it doesn't look great for Donald Trump. But I tell you, as always, the reaction to Trump's statements and tweets, or fake tweets here now, the Truth Social tweets, I think a lot of it depends on the tone in which you hear him. So, for instance, some of the big headlines are, if you read that Truth Social tweet as, I did much better than Ron DeSantis. I got 1.1 million. He got 1.1 million more votes. He only got 4.6 million. I got 5.7 million. Right, if you just read it like that, then it seems kind of petulant and annoying. But if you read it as, hey, how come nobody's talking about this? I did a lot better. I'm just asking. If you read it as a joke, it's much funnier, obviously, and it reads much differently. I'll give you a better example of this. There was a big headline where it said, Donald Trump says, if candidates win in the midterms, then he deserves all the credit. But if the candidates lose, he deserves none of the blame. Can you believe this? Do you believe this, Donald Trump? And so I read that headline and I said, what did he actually say? I went to the clip. Here's what he said.
You've endorsed more than 330 candidates this election cycle. Tonight, win or lose, the results for Republicans, how much of that will be because of Donald Trump?
Well, I think if they win, I should get all the credit. And if they lose, I should not be blamed at all, okay? But it'll probably be just the opposite. When they win, I think they're going to do very well. I'll probably be given very little credit, even though in many cases I told people to run. And they ran, and they turned out to be very good candidates. They've turned out to be very good candidates. But usually what would happen is when they do well, I won't be given any credit. And if they do badly, they will blame everything on me. So I'm prepared for anything, but we'll defend ourselves.
So it's the same words that you're reading in the headline, but it's a completely different tone. And if you're watching it on TV, you can see that as Trump's saying that, he's got a little smirk. He says, oh, what's my take on the midterms? Here's what I think should happen. If they win, I should get all the credit. And if they lose, I shouldn't get any of the blame. You know it's going to be the opposite. But listen, my preference would be that. And he's joking. He's joking. It's a joke, okay? And I remember this in 2016. My friends who were the most irritated by Trump and who just were the most befuddled by Trump are the ones who are not from New York, have never lived in New York, and don't know a lot of New Yorkers. And the people who kind of laughed at Trump or shrugged him off or got a kick out of him tended to be the New Yorkers or people who have spent time in New York. Okay, this is it. Donald Trump is at his core a New Yorker, okay? And New Yorkers make jokes and they're brash and they use hyperbole and they speak with their hands like I am doing right now and like Donald Trump does. And they bust people's goulions and they hit people and they just, it's just the way that they are, okay? And so this is going to keep up because Donald Trump seriously wants to be president, I think. Donald Trump rightly understands that Ron DeSantis is his chief rival in 2024. And so he's going to keep dinging him. He's going to keep dinging him. Now, this might just turn people off. I've been following a lot of the commentary on this, and a lot of people are saying, look, I love Trump. I voted for him twice, but enough. Don't hit. Why are you going to hit this good Republican governor down in Florida who's doing great stuff? Come on, man, it's 2 years away. Chill out. But Donald Trump, he is who he is. He is a New Yorker. He is brash. He's bold. He hits. He fights. And so that is just going to happen. That is just baked in. The presidential race is on. We're not done counting the votes for 2022, but the race is on, okay? And for the people who are saying, Trump shouldn't hit DeSantis, give me a break, okay? Trump is who he is. It's a presidential contest. He's going to do it. And for Donald Trump, by the way, who says, Ron DeSantis shouldn't run against me. I made him. He should be gracious. Okay, give me a break. All right, that's insane. This is politics. We're talking about the highest office in the land. This is the time that Ron DeSantis probably has to run if he wants it. The way the cycles fall, next time he's probably going to be yesterday's news. And in politics, as in comedy, timing is everything. So he's going to run. I don't think that he's a bad man for running against Trump, who helped him win his first race. And frankly, I don't think Trump is a bad man for trying to get his old job back and for running, especially when he's this high up in the polls. This is politics. Politics is a really tough, brutal business. And the guys who do well in it are really tough guys who can take a punch. I think DeSantis can take a punch. I think Trump can take a punch. They can both throw them as well. And starting most likely next Tuesday with that announcement at Mar-a-Lago, Trump could surprise us and not announce, but all the signs are pointing to him announcing a run. That means 2024 is off to the races. We've got a very important conservative lawyer coming on to help us discuss that. That would, of course, be Jenna Ellis. The rest of the show continues now. You do not want to miss it. If you're not a member, click the link in the description and join us.